We're gonna go through our phones today. We're going to digitally declutter our life. So if you haven't gotten something to drink as yet, today I'm drinking coffee, some Mrs. coffee with creamer. That's about it. So I'm sipping on this. You can get some water or some wine because it's gonna be a little bit emotional for you. I know you might be attached to your screenshots, but I'm gonna hold your hand while we go through this. I put up a placeholder on the screen so you can pause, so you can go through and do this on your phone, and then you come back to the video and finish different steps. All right, so we're gonna go to the photos first. You want to go through and delete all your screenshots. Now, if you're like me and you take screenshots to remind you to purchase something or remind you to do a particular task, if you have not done it already, go ahead and just kind of add that particular thing into your shopping cart for another time where you can actually purchase it. Or you want to leave that screenshot for right now, but you know that you start writing down some notes about going back to that screenshot to ensure that you actually get it done. For all the memes that you already seen and you already have, you can get that back online. You want to delete those. Anything that's downloaded that you no longer use. Go into your WhatsApp folder. You want to delete your WhatsApp images and photos that were sent to you. You don't need those anymore. You don't go back to them anyway. You want to go through your photos as well and ensure that you're not having any photos that are duplicated, anything that is not flattering or attractive to you, that's blurry, anything that's just not serving you anymore. Now, if you're anything like me or a content creator or anything that just like to take memories, you want to also go through those and you want to take the best of 3 of all the shots that you take. You can always put a heart on them so you can know what to delete afterwards, but you just want to ensure that you don't have a lot of the same things over and over to keep up space in your phone. What you can do in order to keep your phone essentially, healthy, you can actually create a folder that's called memories, and all those photos that mean so much to you, you put that in that folder so you'll have that for next time around. Okay. Next, you want to organize your home screen. Now, if you have an iPhone like I do, you can decide whether or not you want to have 1 or 2 home screens. I think I have a home screen for every category of focus group I have, and we will get into the focus groups later on. But what you want to do is, for the first home screen, you want to put all your everyday apps on that. So you'll have your emails, your calendar. For me, that would also include like a notes and reminder apps. I would keep that on a home screen first, and then I categorize the rest of them into stuff like things that have to do with my finances, or things that have to do with content creation, or things that have to do with my kids. Easy for me to cycle through what is happening on my phone. One of the best things that I've found to do when it comes down to organizing and allowing me to be productive, I set my intentions for each month on a notepad. But for the iPhone, you can do this. I'm not sure how it goes for the Samsung, and I'm not bashing anybody, so please don't come for me. For the iPhone, you can set your intentions in your note apps, and then there's a note widget that you can put on your screen, and you can actually see those intentions that you have every time you open your phone. So I set my intentions for the month, and I change it every month, and I name it every month, so that when it gets to each month at the end of the year, I have 12 different months of intentions, and I can see what I did and what I didn't do. You can do it also in a reminders app as well. That does the same thing, and you can leave that on your home screen. I'm not saying you can't do something that is aesthetic, because mine is very cute, but you want it to also be functional. So you want it to ensure that it's still serving you. And when you open your phone, the first thing you do is get to the things that you want to get to first and work on those first, because you don't want to have to cycle through all those apps and then you get distracted and you waste time, you no longer organize, you forget what you're going there for. So you want to ensure that when you have it set that way, that everything just works for you. It's just flowing, organized, functional. It doesn't give you anxiety or any pressure to do anything else other than what you came there for. Here's a quick tip. If you have the ability to do on your phone, I know iPhone usually does it for you automatically, but they categorize all your folders into the different categories on your phone. So for example, you have entertainment, you have social, you have utilities. You can also create other ones that's on your home screen. So say, for example, I have a folder on my home screen that's called content creation. So it has all my social media stuff and all the things I need to edit videos and pictures. And I can have that folder that I can jump into whenever I need to. So you can organize your phone as well in categories for yourself that is functional for your life. Let me come a little closer while I say this to you. Delete those apps. I'm sure you have apps on your phone that you have not used in a long time. Or I have apps that I will download on and off whenever I need to. as it comes along. For example, I use riding apps like InDrive and Uber, but I don't use them very often. But whenever I feel like I need to use them, Uber and InDrive, I just download the app when I need it, use it and come off so it doesn't take up any storage on my phone. Here's a tip. If you have not used an app in 90 days, you're not being loyal to that company. You just need to let go of that and just delete it off your phone. It no longer is serving you and it's just taking up space. I use the focus modes on my phone like a superpower. I use it to ensure that I get things done when I need to get things done. I will go on a social media platform for the longest while and get carried away with doom scrolling if I'm not careful. It's different for everybody, because for me, I doom scroll because I'm looking for content ideas, but also I'm not only just searching for content ideas, I'm also watching the funny videos and memes, and sometimes they can take up some time. So what I do is I do focus modes. I ensure that in my focus modes, for example, like editing my videos, I don't get any notifications, I don't get any calls during that time, because I don't want the videos to stop if I'm using my phone to video. I don't want the video to stop, so I have to, cut out that whole aspect of it. I don't want to have to answer any emails that may pop up that may distract me. I don't want any social media notifications. So when it comes on to certain things like my reading focus group or my content creation editing focus group, I don't have any notifications coming through. You can also set those focus group for when you're sleeping, when you're running. Just, you can edit them however you feel like, but that would help you to ensure that you don't get any kind of distractions at all. Your focus groups and your notification works hand in hand. So you want to set your notifications to come at a particular time of day when you have the time to go through them. You don't want to be distracted by getting notifications all the time, especially from shopping apps. Now, if you've been on Shein or Fashion Over, you have those apps downloaded, they will send you a notification every 2 minutes. You can go on shopping apps and actually spend hours just looking through stuff and adding things to your cart and deleting things. It will take some time to get off of that. So I have set my notifications to come in early in the morning around 6 o'clock and late at the night around 8 o'clock. So how that works for me is I have on my calendar a time slotted out to check my emails and all my notifications. I'll go through what I need to go through. And in the evenings, I've also set another 10 or 15 minutes to go through any emails that I've missed for that evening so I can reset for the next day. So the notifications are scheduled to come in, I think, at about 6 o'clock in the mornings, even though I'm not up that early, but they come in so I can see them on the screen. And then at 8 o'clock at night, by the time I'm ready to wind down and start doing my reset for the next day. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. You can do it however you're most comfortable during the times that you need. If you have a lunch break at 1 o'clock, you can set your notifications for 1 o'clock so it comes through, but it allows you to stay more focused and more organized and don't get distracted by emails and social media notifications and shopping app notifications and things that are just going to distract you completely from what you need to be focused on. Now, if you have not already organized your emails into like your shopping emails versus your business emails versus your family emails, then you really should start doing that now, meaning getting a different email address for each of those things. I have an email address that all my shopping sites go to when they're having their sales or anything of the sort. So I don't have to go into that email unless I want to shop from that site and looking to see if they have a deal going on or anything specific that I want to look for. So I have emails separating every different aspect of my life. You don't need to necessarily do that. What you can do in terms of decluttering is to go through that email that you frequent and you want to unsubscribe from anything that doesn't serve you anymore. I periodically go through my shopping email and I delete everything that they've sent to me for that month or for the quarter, everything that I see, because I did not need anything from them and more than likely they've expired. And if there's a shopping site that I thought I was going to shop from that I didn't shop from, or a site that I don't ever go on or shop from anymore, never did in the first place, I just delete and unsubscribe from them completely. You want to periodically go through that and you want to delete everything that you're no longer interested in and unsubscribe from anything that no longer serves you. Your phone is a tool to assist your life, not to give you anxiety and let you feel heavy. So I'm sure after this digital declutter, you feel much lighter. But I'd like to know what was the hardest thing for you to get rid of. I know for me, one of the hardest things, it's so hard to go through this, and over the years I've tried different ways to kind of let go off of the memories of it. But the photos and the videos, I always feel like whenever I delete a photo, I'm just gonna want it, or I'm gonna remember that I need something, or Yeah, and that's kind of the reason why I take so many photos. Every time I take photos, I take like 5, 6, 7 of the same thing. Just ensure that, you know, I have the perfect one and then I can save that afterwards. So let me know, what was the hardest thing for you to declutter? What was the hardest part of this process for you? So if you'd like to see more soft resets of whether it is your home or your digital life or anything, we just ways to kind of organize and plan and make your life feel more like it's going in the direction you want to, subscribe and let me know. Leave a comment as well to let me know if you like these kind of videos. I hope you do, and I'll see you on the next video. I love you. Bye.